Gertrud Jagland, and I'm a student here at the New Shallow Teachers College, and I'm from Norway, but right now I'm a news reporter at the campus news. Last night a girl was killed here at the campus, and the police believe it's a man called Springfield Jack who has killed her.
In New England, they call it a strawberry spring. No one knows why. It's just a phrase the old-timers use. They say it happens once every 8 or 10 years. What happened at New Sharon Teachers College that particular strawberry spring? There may be a cycle for that, too, but if anyone has figured it out, they've never said.
Did you know her? Yes, I have art class with her. Yes, one of my roommate's friends dated her last year. Yes, she asked me for light once in the grinder. She was at the next table.
We all knew her. Her name was Gail Kerman, and she was an art major. She wore granny glasses and had a good figure. She was well liked, but her roommates had hated her. She had never gone out much, even though she was one of the most promiscuous girls on campus. She was ugly, but cute. She had been a vivacious girl who talked little and smiled seldom. She had been pregnant and had had leukemia. She was a lesbian who had been murdered by her boyfriend. It was strawberry spring, and on the morning of March 17th, we all knew Gail Kerman.
ID. That's great. Are you carrying any weapons?
No, the most lethal thing I've got on me are my keys and a crystal heart. Is this about Gail Kerman?
Who are you to ask?
Hey, they caught him. I heard it over at the grinder.
From who?
I don't know, some guy. Her boyfriend did it. His name's Carl Amalar.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, I'll see you later.
Yeah, sure. Bye.
She got another one. They had to let him go.
They had to let who go?
Almara, who was sitting in jail when it happened.
What happened?
The guy killed somebody else last night. And now we're doing all over for it.
For what?
Her head. Who took it with him?
We all knew Anne Bray. She had been the first runner-up in the Miss New England pageant the year before. Her talent performance consisting of twirling a flaming baton to the tune of Hey, Look Me Over. She was brainy too. Until the time of her death, she had been editor of the school newspaper, a once-weekly rag with a lot of political cartoons and bombastic letters, a member of the Student Dramatics Society, and president of the National Service Sorority, New Sharon Branch. In the hot, fierce bubblings of my freshman youth, I had submitted a column idea to the paper and asked for a date, turned down on both counts. And now she was dead. Worse than dead. The press, always fickle, ignored the strong resemblance our murderer bore to Jack the Ripper and dug further back, all the way to 1819. Anne Bray had been found on a soggy path of ground some 12 feet from the nearest sidewalk, and yet there were no footprints, not even her own. An enterprising New Hampshire newsman with a passion for the arcane christened the killer Spring Heel Jack, after the infamous Dr. John Hawkins of Bristol, who did 5 of his wives to death with odd pharmaceutical knickknacks. The name, probably because of that soggy yet unmarked ground, stuck.
It's gonna snow soon.
Sorry?
It's gonna snow soon.
Does the radio say that?
No, who needs a weatherman? Haven't you ever heard of Strawberry Spring?
Maybe. A long time ago. Something grandmothers talk about, isn't it?
Strawberry Spring is like an Indian summer, only much more rare. You get a good Indian summer in this part of the country like every 2 or 3 years. A spell of weather like we've been having is only supposed to come every 8 or 10. It's a false spring, a lying spring. Like Indian summer is not a real summer. My own grandmother used to say that a strawberry spring means that the worst of the winter is still to come. And the longer it lasts, the hotter the storm.
Folk tales. Never believe a word. But I'm nervous. But aren't you?
I suspect everyone but me and you. But I sometimes wonder about you. Wanna go over to the Union and shoot some 8 balls? I'll spot you 10.
Sorry. Trig prelim next week. I'm going to settle down with a magic marker and a hot pile of notes. That night, Adele Parkins was killed. 6 police cars and 17 college-looking, plain-clothed men patrolled the campus. But Spring Heel Jack killed her just the same, going unerringly for one of our own. The false spring, the lying spring, aided and abetted him. He killed her and left her propped behind the wheel of a Volvo S60 to be found the next morning. And written in blood on the windshield, this time a fact instead of a rumor, were 2 words. Ha, ha. The campus went slightly mad after that. All of us and none of us had known Adele Parkins. She was one of those nameless, harried women who worked the breakback shift in the grinder from 6 to 11 at night, facing hordes of hamburger-happy students on study break from the library across the way. She must have had it relatively easy those last 3 foggy nights of her life. The curfew was being rigidly observed, and after 9, the grinder's only patrons were hungry cops and happy janitors. The empty buildings had improved their habitual bad temper considerably. That night, the thermometer dropped 15 degrees, and the whole northern New England area was belted by a shrieking norther that began in sleet and ended in a foot of snow. The usual number of old duffers had heart attacks shoveling it away, and then, like magic, it was April. Clean showers and starry nights.
Welcome to Campus News. A girl was killed here last night at the library near the campus. And the police reports that there is a part of her body missing, and they're searching for it at the campus right now.
My husband is upset. He wants to know where I was last night. I can't tell him because I don't remember. I remember starting home from work, and I remember putting my headlights on to search my way through the lovely creeping fog, but that's all I remember. I've been thinking about that foggy night when I had a headache and walked for air and passed all the lovely shadows without shape or substance. And I've been thinking about the trunk of my car, such an ugly word, trunk, and wondering why in the world I should be afraid to open it. I can hear my husband, as I write this, in the next room, crying. He thinks I was with another man last night. And oh dear God, I think so too.
My mother said, "Go on and be down. Well, you sure are one of a kind." My father said, "Where does it bleed from?"
Nei, du ødela det. Vet du at jeg glemte hva jeg skulle si? Jo.
Sånn. Nei, nå. Jeg filmer ikke, men du sa det bra. Har du hørt historien om? Det er så fint.
Her head. He took it with him. Faen!
Hva er det eneste du skulle gjøre? En politikklærer, ikke professor.
Hello, my name is Hva heter jeg igjen? Hva skjer? Faen, det gjorde